this is pretty random, and I don't have any way of phrasing it to make it sound special. Everybody has this like idea and stuff, and it's simple. Do you believe in a connection between music and astronomy? And what? The planets, the solar system. What do you think about that? Because I feel that that's become really huge to me, and I've been reading tarot every single day for the past year pretty much. And when I'm looking at these things, and I'm looking at worldly events, and I'm looking at the synchronicities and coincidences and the power of music and love, and how these are all the same, and we like have an ability to conquer this like division and whatever, this mass illusion, like constant fighting and war and blah, like how do you put that all into one place? Do you? Are they all separate things to you and you just tend to one thing at a time? Or do you conceptualize it as like, we are all one, everything that I am like putting into myself, every facet that I'm pursuing, it's all love? What do you think about that?
That's a super loaded question.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be bad, and then I like totally expanded on it.
No, of course. I think, it's hard to verbalize what the thing that music makes us all feel, like I'm pretty like rational and scientific, I'm the kind of person where if someone goes, oh, I saw a ghost, I'm like, probably it was just particles of blah, 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 like rationalizing. But there's certainly some things about the way music makes us feel that I feel like it is kind of difficult to rationalize. It feels like magic. I describe it as, I don't even know how I write some of this stuff. Like, I'll listen to it, I'm like, dang, that's crazy, I don't know. It feels like a superpower. And I feel like I'll go my whole life trying to get close to being able to master the superpower. I'll never get there. That's the beautiful part, is I'm never gonna feel like I mastered it, but I'm only gonna get really close, right? And I think it does feel bigger than me sometimes, because at the end of the day, I'm sitting in my room and making this stuff, but I'm seeing that a lot of people are feeling really these beautiful things from it. And I feel like that personally gives me a lot of sense of purpose. Maybe that's my form of like universal love, right? Like me, myself, like I only have so much to give as a person. I'm a mere mortal, but what I can do is I can make stuff and I can put my heart into it. I can hope that like it gives some hope or some purpose to someone else out there, Yeah, and it's a universal language. I think it's beautiful because no matter what your background is, who you are, you can find something to relate to in music. And I think that's the beautiful thing about shows. Like, I'll be on stage and I'll look out to the audience and like, wow, I would never see that guy with that guy, like it's just like such a random group of people, but it's beautiful because they're all sitting here bonded by music, and live performance is like a gift of energy, I used to think of it like, oh, I'm on stage and I'm nervous and blah, 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 but then I recently started thinking of like, I'm making a lot of people happy. I see smiles and that like charges me, and I'm like giving a little bit of my energy to everyone, and I think, that's a beautiful part of live performances and why it's important, so. Yeah, I don't know if that like even begins to answer your question, but
Parts of it, but yeah, I don't even know how, but a year ago my ex-fiance called me and he proposed to me, and we were just best friends, and he was in the Air Force, and we had fallen off, and I'm listening to A Mapper String of Light, the first one, and I'm on the road going to some other guy's house, and he's like, do you want to marry me? And I'm like, yes, whatever. And then he hangs up, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Like, this woman has been following me, and like, I'm saying save my life, shape my life, and now it's happening again. I'm looking at part 2 a year later, and like, I'm looking at what I felt then and what I feel now, and my different situations, and it still makes sense. I don't know how you're doing that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
This truth, this love, this music, all of these forces and how they come together, and blah, what I do with my astronomy and my astrology school, and all those silly things. I just think it's very real and huge. And since you have a huge part in it for me, like, just my perception is that it has to be for everybody. So, like, that's why I was so curious as to what you thought.
Yeah, well, I'm really happy that you're here and, you're sharing this with me and being vulnerable.
Thank you for being here. I think we can also.
Oh, sorry. Oh, go for it.